this computer. Okay, I'm recording. Nice. All right, guys. So basically tonight is just kind of talking about what our December looks like, how we're going to move forward as a team. Anybody that has not jumped on one of these calls that wants to be more involved in what we're doing or kind of get a better understanding for the opportunity in front of you, message me privately, comment in the comments when I post this on our page. I want to get you guys moving in the right direction if it's something that you want to be doing. Again, if you're not interested in the opportunity in front of you right now, that's cool. But I want you to at least consider sharing what you're doing with some of your family and friends, even if you don't want to work the business aspect of this right here. If you're not looking to generate some income, I want you to share the opportunity of jumping in a challenge group. And tonight we're going to talk about a group that I want to get going for December. One, to kind of end the year right. And then there's going to be opportunities once January comes around. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to be running their own groups right now. I know Tanya has a group of her own. Liz has a group of her own. But if you're not ready to be running a group of your own, or you want to have an additional group that's a little bit off cycle of yours. For example, I have a group that starts when does it start? The second Monday of the month. So every second Monday, I have a new group that starts. But it's within a group that's ongoing. So I have the same people, and then I'll add one or two here and there. And so I like having this off-cycle group as an opportunity also for you guys to throw some extra people in so that they don't feel like they're jumping in a group in the middle. They can get my internet is unstable. So that they can get their feet wet, get an idea of what it is that we're doing, and get some results. Because this is all about results. And I know within my group, I know you guys aren't watching this, but I've got a couple of you that are discount coaches that have been on Shakeology for a year, and you're doing some phenomenal things in my group. And man, I would love for you to bring other people into the awesomeness that you guys are experiencing with all of this. I know Tanya's, like I said, she's got her group, so we're going to brainstorm just a little bit for our December group. So Tanya and I already chatted a little bit. We're going to start a group on the 4th of December. We're going to start that group on the 4th because it's going to give you guys a full 2 weeks to get people excited, to get people at least on digital streaming. The hope is that you're going to do this challenge pack deal where they're going to get their Shakeology and their streaming. You may also want to be talking up the Kickstart. And I know that's scary to people to talk about the Kickstart, but if you're not familiar with that, that's the 3-day refresh plus the year of streaming, plus the first month of Shakeology. The reason that's such a great deal is who couldn't use a Kickstart, who couldn't use a refresh after Thanksgiving or after Christmas or right after the New Year? It saves them money if they get that bundle. So that bundle, instead of paying the $160 where you're getting just the shake and the year of streaming, for $205, they're also going to get that refresh. So it's a benefit to them. It's going to save them money. It's also going to get them jump-started. It's going to give them a quick win. We know when we start a program, when you start off, if you don't see the scale move or you don't feel any different in that first week, you want to give up. And intellectually, we know that's wrong. We know that's dumb. We know that it takes time. But when you can get that quick win, the 3-day refresh is a quick win. Granted, it's water weight for the most part. Every time I've done it, I lost between 3 and 6 pounds and at least an inch off the hips and at least an inch off the waist in 3 days, right? Even when I was at my lowest when I did it, I still lost. Again, it's mostly water weight. And that's okay because psychologically, we see some progress. So we want to jump in and keep going. So don't be afraid to talk about that as an option. I think Tanya and I were talking about possibly doing a refresh before 80-Day Obsession comes out. Those of you that are not tracking, 80-Day Obsession, the full program is going to launch in January, and we're going to be doing a big group on the 15th. Still trying to figure out what the heck Fitfluence is doing. Those of you that are not totally sure, Fitfluence is the bigger team that we fall under. I know minimally there's a big coach group. So coaches, we definitely want to be in that, for that added, get ourselves back into that challenger mindset. A lot of coaches fall into the trap of just running a group and not participating in the group as a challenger. And so this is an opportunity to be a challenger again, to get some results for yourself, to feel that added accountability that many of us signed up as coaches for. I know when I signed up, it was for the discount and the added accountability. So we definitely want to take advantage of that, and that comes out in January. So, of course, Tanya and I, we already chatted. So Tanya came up with a fantastic name that's already hashtagged. Tanya, what we got? What's it called? What we doing? Tell me.
Sorry, I turned my sound off. My dog was drinking. Finish strong.
Yeah. Hashtag finish strong together. All right. So what I want to do is, and I did a recording. Huh? What'd you say?
Didn't say anything.
Oh, dang!
I didn't say anything.
Kansas. So I want to share with you guys something that I do occasionally. Now, there was a call that I did recently, and it was just me, myself, and I. And so you probably didn't watch this, and I'm going to also share it again with Tanya, and we've talked about it a little bit. But I want to show you kind of what I do, and this may help some of you initially kind of get the juices flowing when it comes to, that's not the screen I want you to see, to kind of get the ideas flowing for inviting a lot of people. Guys, we want to be inviting people daily, but sometimes it's like, who do we invite? What are we inviting them to? Like, I struggled today because I wasn't 100% sure what day we were going to be starting a group. So I'm like, what am I inviting people to? Because we need to be inviting regularly. So basically, all I did was I set up an event invite. You can make a cheesy banner. If you guys want this banner, let me know, and I can just share it with you. And all you want to do is set up an invite and put some basic information. I'm going to share like my basic, like so basic. Nope, it's in the about. Just kidding. Just kidding. So basically, I just went with you can gain the average 7 to 10 pounds this holiday season, or you can gain confidence, energy, and find a healthy outlet for that holiday stress, all while losing 5 to 10 pounds. Because let's face it, we know this isn't all about weight loss, but people still want to talk about numbers. It's something that draws them in. You do whatever you want in the details, but you just want some basic details of what it is that you're doing. So, share the date that this is going to be a 21-day group. So I let them know, hey, we're going to do it the 4th to the 24th. But what can you expect? Like, what is this? And I let them know they're going to get an eating guide. They're going to get daily workouts. They're going to get support from me directly, plus from others. They're going to have a daily shake. I want to mention the shake in here so that when I do have that one-on-one conversation to kind of get them started, they're already thinking about this shake business. And then I talk about the free app for checking in. Now, we haven't discussed how we want to do this group. And I'm guessing, Tanya, do you want to do this group on Facebook?
I would rather.
Okay.
I like it better than the app.
Okay. And so what I recommend for people is you let people know, because hopefully you have access to the Challenge Tracker app. So I have a lot of my people like the app, but what they like about the app is the ability to check in and track their progress. So the group itself is actually going to run on a Facebook page, but you can add them into the app so that they can put in their measurements and they can put in their pictures, and they can update those weekly or monthly, but then they have a place that they can put that information so that as they progress on this journey, they don't have to be like searching their computer or searching for that piece of paper that they wrote on that one day, and it's all in one place. Or just leave the app out and just say a group to check in for accountability. However you guys want to do that. But this is how I laid mine out. And then, guys, I went through my friends list, and I invited a bunch of people. Now, no, I did not go. I think on this one I invited like 35. Let's see. 38. So then I literally went through and I started inviting people. Now, what I recommend you guys do between now and Thanksgiving is start a whole bunch of random conversations with friends. Start a whole bunch of like, oh my gosh, with the holidays coming up, I've been unstable connection. With the holidays coming up, I've been thinking about you. I remember when we used to do X, Y, or Z, or especially Thanksgiving is a huge time for high schools. Like I know a lot of my high school people, they do a lot of reunion stuff around Thanksgiving because people tend to go home, you know, back to wherever home was growing up. And so it's a good opportunity to kind of chat with those people. You also want to just be starting to, we call it jabbing. And by jabbing, I just mean start liking people's stuff on their Facebook pages, start commenting on stuff on their Facebook if it's something that's comment worthy, so that you start showing up, so that they start seeing your name. Because like I would recommend like day after Thanksgiving even, like start doing this now. So over the next 3-4 days, jab the hell out of people. Start conversations with people. Comment on people's stuff. And then, so Thanksgiving is the 23rd. So those couple days, shoot this invite out. Now, guys, you know that you ignore invites when they come to your inbox. Like, I asked Tanya if she got an invite. She's like, I don't even know. I don't even look at those things, right? Like, we don't tend to really look at them. Or we see who they're from and we're like, oh, I just totally got spammed or whatever, right? The reason you're not going to invite everybody is because the next thing you're going to do is you are going to message every single freaking person that you invited, okay? And you're going to send them a message. It's like, however you want to start it, depending on where you're at in your conversations. But a lot of mine are like, hey, I just want to let you know, because I'll do this like over the course of a couple days, because I'll do like 10 to 20 follow-ups a day, depending on how many I invited. And I'll say, look, hey, I just want to let you know I invited you to this group. You know, I thought of you because you're always posting healthy recipes, or I'm looking for people that I think would be really fun, or I'm going to be starting a new program and I thought it would be great to do with you. You know, whatever it is, make it personal to them and say, and so I have no idea if you're interested or not, but I would love for you to check out the invite and let me know what you think. Or even be more specific, you know, I would love for you to check out the invite and tell me what you like or don't like about it, so that they can engage back. Because I use this system as just an excuse to follow up with people, just an excuse to talk to people. If you don't follow up, you're definitely not going to get anybody, because you saw my invite. There was nothing more there. There was no link to buy anything. There was no information about, like, it just says you're going to get workouts, and it doesn't like tell you where or how it's going to happen. Like, literally, this is just to generate conversation. Now, you might have some people that see this and they're like, yeah, dude, that sounds awesome. I want a group. You know, I want to do something to get healthy to the end of the year, right? And they might click interested, or they might click going, but they still don't know what it is. Anybody that clicks anything in there that says they're going, follow up with them first and be like, hey, I saw that you were interested in this event. My next question is always, did you get a chance to actually read it? Like, do you know what it is? And then I tell them that, or my next question is, what about this interested you? Like, what about this caught your eye? And for some of them, it's like, I've been really off track. I'm looking for something to get back on track. You know, I had some big goals. I didn't hit them. I don't want to feel like crap for the holiday. I mean, you're going to get a whole bunch of responses. And that's when I talk to them and I let them know, okay, listen, there's a few different ways to join my group. That's always my next thing that I let them know. There's a couple ways to join. I want to tell you the way that I recommend. And the reason I recommend this is because this is the way that you're going to have the best chance for the best results that are sustainable. And then I talk to them about either the Kickstart, which is the 3-day refresh, the full year of streaming in the month of Shakeology, or I talk straight up the regular challenge pack with the full year of streaming and the Shakeology, right? And I talk to them about that. And then depending on who they are, right now we know there's a couple options. Right now we know there's a double time. There's just the regular where you get the fix. There's some where you don't get Shakeology, but you can get Daily Sunshine. That's where you have to have those additional conversations. This is why, guys, do not put a link in here, because you don't want somebody to blindly go to your page and purchase something. You need to have the conversation. Who are the people that you guys want to invite? I mean, you want to if you haven't been inviting consistently, invite people that you typically talk to or you typically see in your Facebook feed. The people that you tend to like and interact with their stuff or who like and interact with yours. That's who you want to talk to first, because it's not going to seem out of the blue. If you send an invite to somebody that you have not talked to in 20 years, it's going to look weird. I mean, think about it. When you get an invite to some of those cheesy, spammy parties, you know, you get an invite to the nails, those jams, jamming it up, right? You get an invite to like the oil things. If it's somebody that you haven't talked to, you're like, I don't really know what this is about. So it's all about the follow-up. It's all about the conversation that's going to happen after. There's a lot of coaches that will say, don't do this. This feels icky. I go both ways on this. It all depends how you approach it. If you just have a generic message that you send to everybody that feels like there's no connection at all, it's going to be spam, straight up spam. You just spam somebody. Like, you wouldn't want a message like that. But if you connect it back to them, if it's somebody that you started a relationship with, it's not going to be a big deal. And I'm going to not lie. When I message people, I've straight up said, look, it will not hurt my feelings if you're not interested. But if this is something that you think you're interested now or maybe in the future, let me know. You know, if you know this isn't for you, you know, it's not going to hurt my feelings. Let me know. Because the worst thing in the world is when somebody just straight up does not give you an answer. They just won't say no. And you're just waiting and waiting and waiting, right? And so I let them know it's okay if you're not interested. Or I might say, hey, what about this is appealing? What about this isn't appealing? What do you like? What do you not like? You know, and sometimes it's timing. Guys, it's the holidays. People aren't willing to invest in their own health. They're just not. And when you're asking them to do it after they've just dropped a crap ton of money that they didn't have on a bunch of stuff that they don't need, you're going to get a lot of the timing's not right. I don't have the funds. That's okay. At least you're getting an answer that you are going to write down, because middle of January, we got another group going. So New Year's comes. Hey, I know that this was a bad time. You know, have you started looking at New Year's resolutions? You know, do you have any plans for your fitness and nutrition? And you start new conversations. Does that all make sense? I know, Tanya, this is nothing new to you. Have you done any inviting like this before? There's like such a wicked delay.
I know.
Have you invited like this before?
I did it with, invite one time.
Okay. Did you have any success?
Not really.
And that's the thing. I was looking back, and in July, I did a lot of this. I did a lot of they were almost cold invites, but they were people that weren't expecting messages from me. They were people that I didn't necessarily, I was friends with them on my friends list. They weren't totally cold market, we'll put it in quotes. And that month in, I want to say it was June, I easily invited about 150 people. I think it was 165 when I counted throughout the course of that month. Any guesses on my Success Club numbers for that month? Yeah, it was June. I think I had 6. And it was the hardest 6 I ever got in my life. The reason was because before that, I wasn't inviting like that. I hadn't been doing all of the work before that. So those 150 invites are finally finishing their payoff now. So those 150 invites, many of those people actually came around. Now we're 6 months later, 5 months later. A lot of the ones that were interested, now there's a couple still from that list that I still come back to that may eventually, but there was quite a few that carried me to now. From that month until now, I've hit Success Club 10 because I continue to follow up with those people, because a lot of those people, it was summertime. And of course, summertime when we want to be losing weight, Oh no, the kids are off from school. Oh, we've got vacation. Oh, the timing is bad. So guess what? The next month when kids went back to school, hey, I know the timing was bad. The kids were off from school. Is timing any better now? Are you getting back into your own flow? Are you getting back into your own routine? Money was tight. Okay, hey, how are you doing now? Are you a little bit more? And you continue following up. We want to be inviting. If you want to be like creating a viable business, one that is sustainable, you want to be inviting every day. Like, I don't want to give you a number of how many, but if you think of minimally 2 a day, right? 2 a day, that's 60 a month. If you're inviting 60 a month and many of them are new, you're going to continually keep your pipeline full. Now, if you do it like this, I just did 38 in 1 day. Now I've got to follow up and continue. And then as I'm having conversation, as people are following my Facebook page, that doesn't mean that's all I'm inviting this month. As people are liking my stuff, I'll shoot them a message. Hey, I've got this group starting. Would you be interested in joining me? Would you be interested in joining my team? We're going to be doing this cool group. And that's going to help. Guys, I wish I could tell you that you're going to see the results right now, but you're going to see the results over time. And the more focused you are and the more you do that, the more you'll see those people come around. Tanya's just seeing random people starting to come around finally. Thank the Lord. This delay cracks me up. Killing me.
It's weird. It's weird watching you talk.
I don't know why it's such a delay tonight. I don't know. All right, Tanya, what do you want to say? What do you have to contribute?
Thanks. Inviting, like you said, I finally have people that I talked 2 months ago that are finally like, hey, yeah, I'm in. It's weird, right?
So now you just need to continue to go through your friends list and continue to have conversations like just the day-to-day. A lot of mine aren't like, I literally take a sheet of paper and I mean, there's a bunch of different ways, we talk about you need to track what you're doing. And I'll literally write on a piece of paper and I'll just write contact on the top. And then I aim for a certain number that day, either 10, between 10 and 20 contacts. And that's just me commenting or personally messaging. And a lot of it's random. And a lot of it's past customers that I'm trying to get re-engaged. Guys, a lot of your past customers didn't take advantage of the digital streaming. A lot of your past customers bought, like, when we were more DVD oriented, they bought a 21-day fix. Well, what better way to bring them back than to get them an all-access challenge pack? And since they already have the fix and they already have the containers, get them the double time one where they're going to get a ball, they're going to get, their shaker cup. And by the way, you get extra point for it. You get 3 points, you hit Success Club. You're starting to generate a little momentum that way. So that was the main stuff. I know, Tanya, you and I talked a lot offline about getting a group going. But guys, Tanya and I are definitely going to be like going gung-ho with a group. You may want to talk to your people specifically about one of the 21-day groups. We've got 3 options for them. They got the Fix Extreme, or Shift Shop, right? If you want to get them through a full program. Now, if one of those 3 programs is not a good fit for your customer, they don't have to do that one. You want to pair your people with a program that makes sense. I'm going to be mid-calendar. I was doing a 60-day calendar that was a hybrid. And I may jump into 21-day Fix Extreme so that I can document that for people over the course of December and show them. And I'll be traveling during part of it. So it'll be, it's one of those things that we can be showing other people what we're doing. Even if nobody's joining you, we need to continue to be showing what we're doing. Tanya was freaking locked out of her house. And she was like, oh gosh, all right, I got Shakeology. I may as well do it. She didn't think that post was going to get her any bites. She was just like, all right, I'll do my Shakeology post. And guess what, guys? Somebody was watching. Like, people are watching. We just don't realize it all the time. You're going to get that chick. You're going to get her. And then she's going to love it, and then she's going to coach. Just saying. Right? All right. I'm going to turn our video off. But guys, I hope that you jump in and that you join us. I think I may do some compensation talk for next week. But I do want to hear your thoughts about this group. We're gonna run it right in Facebook. So whatever coaches jump in, we're gonna give you a day so that you can, be sharing so that you are the coach. That your customers that get thrown into this group, you get to be seen as one of the coaches, as one of the authorities. So if you're not comfortable running your own group, we're going to be right by your side, walking you through it so you can get comfortable doing that. Because it's going to be really important to set yourself up if you want to be starting to work this business. Guys, that there is just such an opportunity here to share this with other people and make a little extra money at the same time. Like, you can't beat that. Like, I would do this if I didn't make any money. Like, I love what I do. But to get compensated is even cooler. Like, why not, right? So yeah, I'm going to turn our recording off, end our recording.